What is up, party peeps? All y'all out there in the YouTube, Facebook land, out there in the Snapchat live. Great to see you tonight again. Everything that we are not on right now. This is B. Curbis of Blanket Fort Chronicles, episode 6.
Yes.
Episode 6, guys. We've been doing this for 6 months.
And
I have to ask myself, what are we doing with our lives? That's what I have to ask myself.
Podcast.
We're podcasting. That's what we're doing. Guys, we have a very special guest with you today.
No, he's with us.
He's with us, but he's also with you. In spirit and in soul. In spirit and mind and body. We got the original AP Adam Paramo, right here with us, live in the flesh. He is my tattoo artist. We talked about it last week. Last week.
Yeah.
I meant last month.
Yeah.
We talked about last month. I was bringing on my tattoo artist. On Snapchat Live. Bringing in Adam Paramo. You're the owner of Pinnacle Tattoo, right, Sweetwater?
Yes.
Yes. The owner of Pinnacle Tattoo. You got who else? You got Ty's down there?
Yeah. Ty Fernandez.
Hannah
Joe Shelton.
Hanner Joe. Hanner.
Hanner
Joe.
You have to call her Hanner if you see her.
Hanner Joe.
Yeah, that's the
awesome.
thing I call her.
Awesome people.
And then Felicia is Ty's
Felicia.
wife. She's our assistant.
She her.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
She's the original by Felicia.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
we call her Fee. The OG.
Yeah. You know what? She should start doing piercings.
Iron or something?
Yeah, but she should start doing piercings and then be like piercings by Felicia.
She actually was talking about wanting to learn to pierce.
You should totally do it.
Oh my
you
God.
tell her and coin it. Like tell her B. Curbis said it.
like anything. Like whatever she does is by Felicia.
Yeah.
What is up? We got Austin Lacombe up in the chat right now. We got Diana Gross Flowers. Good evening, Diana Gross Flowers. Glad you're watching, Mom. Also, Mom, listen, when we're going live, you can't be calling me. Okay? Like, we'll get you a link sent out, I promise, but you can't be calling me when we're going live, all right? I got other stuff to do. I'm playing with my friends. Stop. Okay? So, you embarrass me, Mom G.
Mom Meatloaf.
So, here we are. Here we are, episode 6, man. Like, this has been a crazy week, crazy month. Right? I mean, like, the month of March has been ridiculous. I don't know if you guys know.
Like April 1st.
It's
been a crazy month.
Yes, April 1st has been, it's like the craziest month so far.
It's been the longest month of his life.
It has. No, we just came back from Atlanta. We got in at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Went and saw Dirty Loops last night.
Dirty Loop.
I would say it is everything that I thought it was going to be.
and less.
No, it was absolutely everything that I thought it was going to be. It was.
except for with Kevin.
Oh yeah.
Except for
Diana said no.
Kevin.
Where was Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh, do you like that?
So,
Kevin didn't know.
Kevin
or
knew.
You didn't know.
Kevin knew.
Kevin
I
didn't realize
know.
it was that weekend and
Yeah.
didn't like tell. No one told any. Again,
I.
no invite.
No one told
But
Kevin.
Diana Grossflowers did get to go with us, so Diana, we had a nice time last night. That was great. No, but it was incredible. It was everything that I thought it was going to be, but it was also as exhausting and tired as I thought it was going to be. Like. The funniest thing about it, though, is, like, there was a DJ, all right? And I don't know who thought it was a good idea to hire out a DJ to open up for Dirty Loops, right? But this guy's, like, it's, like, not one of the cool DJs. It's not like Jim Vaca. It's not like Waka Vodka
Right,
Flame,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
right,
Like, this dude is, like, he's one of the new school DJs, right? And so he's out there, and, like, he's got, it's so funny because we're making fun of him. He's got his thing, and he just has, like, one knob where he's, like, got a low-pass filter, and I was like... boom, boom, boom. And this is one of those type of DJs, and he's just like, he looks like, I bet his name is Ted. Like, he just looks like a Ted, you know what I'm saying? He goes a DJ Ted.
But he goes by Theo.
Theo, yes.
Theo.
Yeah, but, like, he's got, like, the over-the-ear head, and he'll come in and he goes, like, you know, he does, like, what Bubba does. He's, like, flips it out, and, like, and he's, like, holding it like this. I'm like, why is he holding, like, just the one ear, like, you know what I'm saying? Like an old telephone, you know? He's, like, holding it like this. I'm like, why don't you just put him on your head?
Just turn up the volume,
Yeah,
dude.
just do that. Just turn up the volume.
Yeah,
You
I
need
can hear
it. And then he's just like, all right, yeah, okay. And he's like, you know, sitting here like, and then he'll get his drink, and he's like, I'm like, apparently you just gotta have a drink. If you just have a drink of water and a low pass filter, you can be a DJ. Well, these people are done. We're done with him. Like
Well, here's the thing, though. The gig was supposed to start at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock shot.
So he's been going for over an hour,
Oh no.
and it's 8:20.
And we're like,
And we're all standing there. We're exhausted. We're ready to go. It's all standing room only, like shoulder to shoulder. Everybody's ready to see freaking Dirty
standing room
Loops.
Only?
Standing room
yeah,
only.
very small
Yeah.
venue, but very
And
vibey, though.
Homeboy straight up, like, I was starting to get booed off the stage. Okay, and so, like, we felt bad for him. Like, it was almost one of those things, but then, like, he was, like, so uncomfortable on stage that he, like, walks off, and everybody's like, yeah! And he, like, walks back on, and they're like, no!
Then the third time he did it, he comes back and he's like,
Yeah, he was like,
10 more minutes.
He's like,
I misunderstood.
He's like,
Sorry.
he's like 9 o'clock, and we're like, no. He's like, they're not going on until 9. He ends up getting off stage at 8:30. So, like, he was basically just like, all right, get me off stage. But I was like, dude, if I was this guy, like, I felt really bad for him. But I was like, if I was this guy, I would have to, like, I would play with it. I would just be like,
Oh, 100%.
I'd be like,
Yes.
all right, yo, Dirty Loops, here's a show, and like walk off or whatever, and then like, and then
turn
everybody's
around
like,
and
and
walk
then turn
back
around, and walk, are you ready for Dirty Loops? This comes out, got his water.
Just starts the whole show over again. Then low pass, high pass.
Wait for the beat drop and then just pause it and walk off
Walk
and
off.
then walk back
Yeah.
out and just
Hit it again. So what was funny is when Dirty Loops they you know, I'm like every band does the quintessential, I'm going to walk off stage, we're done with the show, and everybody's like, Dirty Loops.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, we'll do 3 more songs that we already had planned because they're our biggest
Yeah,
songs.
this is. Oh, I wasn't prepared for this.
What was funny is like Hendrick, the bass player, he had like, he just had this like, this sense of humor that was really dry and nobody was getting it at all. But he was like, and plus he's Swedish, so he is Sweden. He is Sweden. He's Swedish.
Yes,
So
he's neutral.
yeah. So he's yes. So he comes in.
He's country neutral.
He comes in and like and is trying to like crack these jokes and nobody's getting it at all. And I felt bad for him, but he's also one of the world's best bass players in the world, so I don't
can't
feel too
feel
bad for him.
Right.
Yeah. So but he was like, all right. He's like, we got one more song, and they're like, oh no. He's like, I don't feel bad. He's like, we're just gonna walk off stage and play. He said, we still got 4 of our best songs we haven't played yet. So he's like, we'll walk off stage. You clap a little bit. We'll come back on. We'll finish out the rest of the show. I was like, all right. So what was amazing though, and I told because Kelly was with us and Zion was with us. I said, dude, what will be amazing is when they walk off stage and everyone's like, Dirty Loops, this DJ walks back on. That would be so great. But
Oh, that's amazing.
as amazing as it was, and it was one of those things that I was just like, we got home super late. I got like 2 hours of sleep. I'm super exhausted right now, but I'm excited to be here, excited to do this. I'm glad you guys have showed up with us. Diana Grows Flowers, you're amazing. Austin said the greatest heel. He was the greatest heel. He straight up was an amazing heel. Like he was. Everybody hate. Like you just got those things on your phone that does like the marquees. And it was like, get the f*** off the stage. It's like, leave now. Like, we hate you. Oh my gosh. Like, this poor
It's
guy.
like college game day with the signs.
like this guy.
They're screaming
Yes.
like 20 people.
Yeah.
You suck.
Somebody would have had to preemptively made those signs. This DJ's about to suck.
Right.
Let's
Yeah,
make
it's like, we know this guy, not DJ
Not him
Arrow.
again. We saw him in Salt Lake.
Yes, Salt Lake City.
So you
But
realize you're too old to stay up till 3 a.m.
I am way too. I can't do this anymore, dude. I can't do it anymore. Like I was like, this was like me 10 years ago, maybe, and then it was like I'm still so tired right now. That's like that sense of like I'm a little bit delusional. So tonight might go crazy. Who knows?
Normal.
You weren't prepared with this with your baby?
I was yes.
She didn't prepare you for this
I
moment?
was. I'm like prepared for it, but it's like a different type of feeling when you're up. Like what Dustin Cave just said, weak homeboy. I'm about to like come to South Carolina right now and rock your world. By the way, Dustin Cave. Listen, listen. I'm gonna tell you right now, Dustin. So I gotta give a shout out to Dustin.
Run,
okay?
Dustin.
So
Run.
so listen, Dustin Cave made something that you're familiar with. Okay, Dustin. This is my, and he said, haha, this is my tattoo artist. Okay, he just did a cover up for me, actually, Dustin. Right here. So Dustin made the Kleptos for Christ logo.
Yes.
And the logo's great. My problem was the guy that we went to.
Application.
Like, I mean, it was just infected and nasty.
Bobby
and
said
disgusting
kleptos
stuff.
for Christ, and he heard ovaries.
Yeah, he said, let me make ovaries out of it.
fam.
So I didn't. It's not because of the design, though, Dustin. It's not because of the design. But listen, people have already been upset with me about this.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
listen. So, but yeah, he ended up giving me an elephant, and so like most people are like, "Why did you get an elephant?" I'm like, "Well, because the head covers up ovaries pretty
There's
well."
ovaries.
So,
Look, it's a left ovary
Yes.
and a right ovary.
yeah. So that's the thing. But
Oh,
yeah.
wait, no.
No,
I gotta stop.
But we were talking about how, as a tattoo artist, you see a lot of people that want to give you this big long like speech of like, hey, this is the reason why I want to get this, and like I was thinking like it has to be, you have to just not care. You know
Yeah, I
what I'm
mean, a lot of times, like sometimes it's emotional, and it's like, that's a really cool reason, but then
Yeah.
a lot of times it's like, I don't really need to know why you want an arrow.
Yeah,
like,
the
I want this
linear
arrow
the
because-
single line arrow.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's cool.
I was like,
But
and
that's
it's
not
facing
around.
east because like I was born like in. It's like,
Can you put it upside down because it's for me?
yes,
Dude,
Dustin
that's like
said
a
it's
cardinal
good.
rule. You do not do that. You never do. Oh, this looks great. No, it
Yes,
should be upside
yeah,
down to you.
Yeah, if it looks good to you, but also then like if you're doing tattoos, like you want to be able to enjoy it
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, because it's my work. So
Yeah.
I can't be like, oh yeah, I don't know how to put tattoos on.
Right.
So I do, try and sway people to do it the
You have to.
correct way.
Right.
But if they're very persistent on the fact that they want it that way, I will
So-
do it. But
So do you ever find yourself like have you ever just said no?
yeah,
I'm gonna say plenty of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
to like racist stuff.
Oh yeah, big time. thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, wait,
Yeah.
I say
When
that,
they
but we
put,
live in
like-
East Tennessee, so that's not like super far fetched.
Yeah, they're like, can you put this swastika on me or like these SS lightning bolts? And I'm like, no, I'm Mexican. I'm not going to help you be racist to me.
Look at that sister racism.
Yeah. So sorry about you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Adam, do you know who Mike Cardoso is?
Yeah.
Okay, he's done some of my pieces.
Okay,
and
yeah.
then, like he was telling me,
He's
very
opened a
similar.
new shop recently.
Do you know? Like where is it at now? Do you know?
No, I don't know where it's at. Just
Okay,
Athens.
is it still Athens?
Yeah.
Okay, because he was at Ing Theory, and then I know he moved for other reasons, but
Yeah.
okay, but yeah, he was doing some work, and he was telling me like he turns work down all the time, and he's very particular. But like, but yeah, like he would tell me about racist pieces. Like it comes in often, like
Yeah.
more often than you would
really
think.
does.
It is
Yeah.
nuts. I turn a lot.
How
a lot of
how
work
insane would it be to walk in
to a shop with Adam, who's not a small guy,
Right.
and is clearly not
Yeah.
Caucasian,
He's just like,
and be like,
just
okay,
getting the sun a lot this weekend,
dude,
okay?
I'm gonna need a swastika.
it's like, yo, hey, Adam, can you just have? I just need a wall. Can you just put a wall? Just give me like a wall from like here
barbed
to
wire on top?
but it's got to go all the way around. It's got to go all the way around.
awful.
No, dude, that is so crazy though.
I did have this one guy come in when I was working at the other shop, and it was funny, but then I was like, why would you do that? It was an African American guy, and he's like, I need to get a cover up, and he pulled his shirt up, and he had a swastika on his chest.
What?
I was like, why?
It's like a Dave Chappelle
How
skit.
did that happen?
Yeah, right. That's what I was gonna say.
Well, he was like real country.
Yeah.
He's like, well, my papa had one, and I wanted to get a tattoo like him, and I didn't know what it was.
That's okay, but
And
here's
I'm
the
like,
deal.
oh my
Here's the
lord!
deal.
Like nobody told you.
opens up
Like,
an avenue for so many questions.
I know, but in East Tennessee, it's not that far fetched for some of these idiots to get a swastika and think it's a cross or something.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Well, like,
saying?
were you adopted? You know, like that would make more sense to me.
It's amazing.
It was crazy.
Dustin said tomato. I'm not totally sure what the tomato means. What is? Am I missing something?
No.
Maybe it's because I'm real red.
Is it because he's red?
No.
He's throwing tomatoes at us.
Oh, he's throwing tomatoes at
yes.
us right now. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Austin said my life is like an arrow because it's an arrow. I love that.
That's all the meaning you
Diana
need.
Gross said
Yes.
anything but an elephant. I don't know why she's like hating on elephants, but I love you, Diana Gross. Flowers for sure. The wall. Oh, the wall. Yes, that's amazing. So,
Well, the Pink Floyd album.
yes, which was a great album, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not really like a huge advocate for Pink Floyd, but I have to say it was a
Yeah,
great
I don't
album.
really like Pink Floyd that much.
Yeah, I hate it too. I hate
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I hate Pink Floyd.
the worst ones ever. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh yeah.
The greatest album of all time on the list of worst albums of all time.
Yeah, that's what yeah, for sure.
Oh God.
Yes.
All right, so Adam, just kind of tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Obviously, we know you own Pinnacle Tattoo over in Sweetwater. Got an amazing staff with you there. What about family? Talk about family for a few minutes.
I'm married and I have 5 kids, so my life's pretty insane. I was at soccer games and softball games this weekend, and it's a lot.
Oh,
But
wow.
it's great. Like, they're great kids. And I'm from California originally. Moved here in '94. So I'm pretty much
you've been here a hot minute, yeah.
Tennessean
It's
now.
like that's around the same time I think like the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came out. So
Yeah, probably. I used to watch them.
that's what like if you're my age, that's what you base like time.
Yeah, I like the green one and then the white
That's
one.
about the time when Neo
That's like
came
BC and
it's DPR.
Oh my God. Before Power
the
Rangers.
year is 7 DPR.
Oh my God.
No,
So 94, you moved to Tennessee.
Yeah, I was 10
Okay, all right.
and I'm 39.
which we had this conversation. Didn't you? Did you already have family that was here or something? Like I'm trying to
my
remember
mom-
how you came from California to here. Which
Yeah,
is always
my mom's mom, she was from like 10 Mile area
Oh, okay.
and like Blue Springs kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
So
Really?
we had an uncle that still lived here, and that's who we came to visit in '93, and before the blizzard, the epic
Yeah,
blizzard of '93.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was born in that.
I do
blizzard.
remember that. Like
Bobby was 4.
I was 4, but I do remember it because my dad took me outside on the front porch and just threw me. And so I remember he threw me and I'm just laying on my back and I'm just like sinking and thinking like I'm never going to hit ground and I thought I was going to die. And then they
endless
put me in a
abyss.
little kiddie pool and we had to walk to my Aunt Sharon's house because there's no power. There's no power. There's no bread, water, food, anything.
Yeah, no
And I was
milk or bread for
Yeah,
sure.
nothing. No.
Yeah.
You can't survive
Everybody's
without
eating
milk
all the
and-
bread
Yeah.
and milk sandwiches.
toilet paper.
Straight or TP or toilet paper for sure. Yeah. So that's I remember that pretty well.
I wish I would have seen it, but yeah, we came in the summer of '93 and then went back and then moved out here.
I mean, of course, I'm sure you got a lot of
94.
snow in California too.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, dude.
Like The drugs.
Yeah,
kind of
Big
snow.
Bear. You got Big Bear.
There's so much snow in California.
Yeah.
There's always snow on Big Bear.
Candace said she
Almost.
needs another tattoo so bad, which is great because that actually, Austin, you weren't even alive when that blizzard happened.
He saw pictures.
Remember that
Also,
blizzard.
so that actually leads us to our sponsor of this episode, which is Pinnacle Tattoo.
Yes.
Adam Paramo,
Oh, nice.
right there. That's what they were talking. They thought that was a tomato on your shirt. Is what that
Oh,
was.
no, it's
Must have been.
PET.
Pinnacle Tattoo, and we're gonna put the information up there so you guys can like get you a good booking going on.
Yep.
Him, Ty, or Hanner Joe, or you can get pierced by Felicia.
Not yet.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, like that's
That'd be
marketing.
funny.
That's
Yeah,
marketing.
that'd
Right
be
there.
funny.
She's like
Yeah.
piercings by Felicia. So
So that's crazy that you're here, Adam, because I work in physical therapy, and I had a patient today, and he was looking at my ink, and he was like, where do you get your ink? And I told him about my ink, and I told him about other places I've gotten some ink, and he was like, yeah, I'm wanting to get a piece, like a faith piece, and he was, I can't say his name for hippo reasons.
hippo reasons.
Hippo reasons.
reasons, yes.
But
Elephant
But he
reasons.
mentioned, he's like, yeah, I'm thinking about going to Pinnacle Tattoo.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, absolutely, go
That's
for that.
cool.
Yeah. And he was, and it wasn't. He said he saw one of your guys' work. What was the other gentleman? That
Ty.
Ty. Yeah.
Trent.
So close.
Oh my god.
But he said he was looking him up on like socials, and he's like really good with realism and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he's want to get a realism,
Stop.
Yeah, Ty does
Oh
really
my
good.
gosh, dude.
so he'll be coming your way here shortly.
Sorry. I had a couple cover-ups
From said person.
from said person, from this guy. He covered up a couple things, but yes.
What is the strangest
Okay, Austin
thing?
said Kramer's brown nose and the guest over there. Well, here's the thing. We got the brown nose special. You get 10% off of, what? Of a
So what do you think I'm
consultation, a
doing?
free consultation, right?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right.
Yeah, 10% off a free
10% free consultation. So you can do that right now. You can call James Lacombe at Caldwell Banker. No.
I can give you like some free condoms we have at the shop.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
The
can do
health
that.
department brought us like 2,000 of them.
Dude, that's insane.
And they're like, "Can you hand these out?" I'm like, "Well, first of all, why would you pick a tattoo shop? You think that we're just supposed to have people like that?"
oh my goodness, that is
But-
crazy.
Maybe it's for finger tattoos. You can just,
She said
is-
that Monroe County has the most chlamydia in the whole eastern
Yeah.
region.
Yeah.
So the
that's
government
terrifying.
sent them condoms.
So here's,
Wow.
which is insane to me. First of all.
They're like, "Guys, come on."
Yeah,
Keep it
like
wrapped
just
up.
try not to procreate, please.
Yeah.
Like stop spreading.
You guys are killing each other.
Okay,
yeah,
so,
literally.
So wait. So when we went to the Bahamas, the first time me and my wife went to the Bahamas was on our honeymoon. We went on a cruise and went to the Bahamas, and we get off the boat, and it was interesting at that time because you get off the boat and there's literally a gate, and there's two guys in like army fatigues, like
Yes.
Uzis,
Makes you feel real relaxed.
Yeah.
and like you walk
Super
out,
relaxed.
and they're kind of like, "Good luck." The first billboard that I see is literally across the street, and it's just a giant billboard that says, "Wrap it up."
Oh my lord.
And then from that point on, we take this like carriage ride around the city, and literally, like every time you see a billboard, it's about AIDS and wrapping it up.
Goodness gracious.
Like it was so like I'm like Sweetwater's
Yeah.
gonna need some new billboards.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
So this, I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's also not. It's not funny. Part of it's not funny for the reason that people would think it was funny. But we had the government sent us some flyers to put up for our Celebrate Recovery at the church, right?
Oh.
And so what makes that funny is it's flyers for early registration for voting, and Casey's like, bro. He's like, she's like, most of us can't vote.
that's hilarious because
I'm like, who
Oh
is
my
sitting
gosh.
like who gets that government job that's like, hey, let's send
Yeah.
like I don't understand how they even got that
I
job.
understand your demographic.
Shay says, as you'll keep saying, hi, daddy. That's freaking adorable, by the way.
Hi, baby.
Oh snap. Okay, Jay Fleming said,
What?
dang, good to see you, Jay. Hey man, Jay Fleming, dude. J. Bob Kramer, right? J. Bob Kramer. Jay Fleming.
I didn't say, oh yeah, now I see him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Diana Grossflower says, when you were scared but you want one, where's the best place that don't hurt?
They all hurt.
They all
Oh,
suck.
I'm
Yeah.
glad we're talking about tattoos.
They
I
all
was
hurt.
confused.
I thought we were on our previous topic.
We were talking about
I was like, ooh.
Yeah, they all hurt. Some hurt worse than others. Top of your foot is real bad.
Yeah.
Throat and stuff. I don't think she'd probably get a throat tattoo. Would she?
You never know. You'd be surprised with some
You
people.
would get a throat tattoo? If so, let me know. Like,
But everybody's also different. Everybody has different pain tolerances. But
Yeah.
I've heard, I don't have any on my back, but I've heard like your shoulder blade's not bad. Outside
I've
your
got a
arm's not
tramp
too
stamp,
bad.
and it wasn't that bad.
Oh my gosh.
But it's a high tramp stamp. It's like it's up at the top. It's up at the top. No, what
On the
made it bad
shoulders.
is I was sunburnt when I got it. That was terrible. That was
Good God.
It was in Florida. It was a horrible decision. I made a lot of bad
You
decisions.
make
bro.
lots of them.
I do.
Oh, yeah,
Especially in
no
Florida.
idea.
Yeah.
As soon as you cross state lines,
Yeah.
you just
Jay Fleming said, J Bob Kramer takes over the world. Yes, that is so true. Nicole says thighs don't hurt. Do you have? Does she have a tattoo?
I want to do a thigh piece.
Why did you look at me and ask that? Why would I know?
Does she have a tattoo?
I don't know. I didn't know she
Yeah,
had
yeah.
a
The
tattoo.
outside of the thigh I heard hasn't
Calf?
hurt that bad.
Diana says the calf. I don't have any leg tattoos. Do you? You
Yeah.
have leg tattoos?
Yeah, calves. I don't really like getting calf tattoos.
I don't like for me
They-
personally, and I know.
They don't feel real great.
I know
but-
everybody says like the inside of the arm is the
Yeah.
worst. For me, it wasn't. Like especially when you were tattooing it, I was scared.
because I have the hands of an angel.
You do have that. You have
I'm
that.
big, but
You-
I'm very.
You
Delicate.
float like a
Gentle
butterfly
giant.
and sting like a beaver, man. Like it was.
Sting like a beaver.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment.
Dude, there's people
Like,
that get tats on their eyeballs.
Dude, yeah,
Like, straight up.
I wouldn't do
Asking
that.
for
That's a whole different.
lose your
idea.
eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Chad got a spine tap.
Chad's talking to us right now. She's got a spinal tap. She had a spinal
Spinal
tap.
Spinal tap. Yeah.
Spinal
Oh
tap.
my God.
Yeah. So ribs are not overly pleasant. No, they're probably not. I don't have any, but I say for
You
me,
don't have any ribs?
I have ribs. I have. I ate them all.
Barbecue ribs?
I ate them all.
Yes, but I will say, like for me, it's like the closer to the joints, it hurts worse.
yeah.
Like the wrist was, it was pretty bad.
elbow tats.
The elbow, like on the elbow, wasn't bad at all, but
No?
like after the elbow,
Yeah.
like around the elbow. But the worst one for me, and remember, I was scared to death when we did ours. When we did up here, was that stinking the bone right here at the top of the shoulder.
Your chromium
like,
process.
but you did amazing with it, and I was scared to death. Like I was like, dude, please. I was like, I don't want to, like I don't want to like cry in front of you. Like, just like go over it really fast.
Yeah, Shay. I did a full color shell on Shay's elbow, and she was not happy about that at
Yeah.
all. Looks great, but
Yeah, Shay's got a killer lion tattoo. By the way, it's
I had to fix that.
sick. You did.
I didn't do original.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you ended up retouching it.
Yeah, she got it somewhere else before we met, and I had to.
It was on her other arm, wasn't it?
It was
You guys
on
met?
the same arm. Yeah, just like, I didn't like put another one or like anything. But yeah,
You can move tats. Did you know
I had to
that?
redo
You
it.
can relocate it.
If you're a
Skin
tattoo
graft.
Like
artist,
building the character on a video game, just move it.
yeah, you can if you're a tattoo artist. That's like okay. Here's the thing. If you ever watch, I say this like you're going to, but if you watch One Piece, the live action, there's one character that has this tattoo, and then like ends up getting it like redone, and it's like not even close. Like I'm like that is not a realistic like tattoo like because there's like skin showing where there used to be ink and it's like not there anymore. I'm like that's just not how it works.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
isn't how it works. No.
So, Adam, what's your thoughts on like some of the tattoo shows and things like that, like Ink Master, Ink, some of those shows? I mean, there's some older shows,
Yeah,
and
it's
some newer
just
stuff.
all
Like
drama. Like
what
it's just
has
for-
that done anything like for the industry or for you? Do you feel like it's helped?
You think
or
it's made it
hurt?
worse?
for like the clients coming in and thinking that they know what like how to tattoo
Oh yeah.
because they watched Ink Master.
Yeah.
Well, and another thing too is that on Ink Master, you did have some of those, canvases that would walk in, and you would see them like them and the artist kind of clash.
Yeah.
So I think that
I
was
think
like
a
a
lot
pretty
of that,
accurate depiction.
Yeah, I think a lot of that though sometimes is just
Staged.
extra stage drama just for viewers.
Yeah. I would say this
'Cause most
though,
people are actually chill
and we've
and
had this
not
conversation,
divas.
Yeah.
and like
oh yeah, I don't have no problems anymore.
because I don't know how many hours we've had together tattooing, but it's been quite a bit because you've done like my entire right arm. So we have conversations all the time, like that are just some are just really stupid and some are just like really in depth. But we talked about how I know how like there's this like, and not with you because you're like, if you've ever been to Pinnacle, like it was the first tattoo shop that I ever went to where you could actually go in the daytime. And, like, you walk in and it's a nice facility. It's like beautiful. There's like plants everywhere. It's like not dingy. It's like, oh wow, like this is like an actual beautiful place.
Apparently, everywhere Bob went before, he had to get a tetanus shot when
It
he
was
walked
either
in.
like a single wide trailer or
Sanitation chamber.
and there's a reason why I had infections and some of the older stuff. But no, but we talked about like there's like that it's not a misconception. There's a lot of tattoo artists that's like I've never seen any other profession where it's like I'm the best and everybody else is terrible and that's bad. I'm gonna crap on that. I'm gonna crap on that. I'm gonna crap on that. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Because like we're musicians, right? But we can clearly look and see real recognizes real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we can go and be like, man, like you're really good. You know, or
Even if it's a style that you
Don't
have
really
no
yeah,
interest
yeah.
in, you can still listen and go.
You can appreciate
Oh,
it.
yeah,
my Lord. Dang.
but every tattoo artist that with the exception of you and a couple others, because there's a couple others like that, but almost every tattoo artist, and again, maybe I was looking in the wrong places, but still, a lot of them are like, you know, they look at it and they're like, oh, let me tell you everything that's wrong with this. You know what I'm saying? And like, I've never seen
Most artists are quick to do that.
Yeah, and I've just never seen like any other profession do that. You know, which is weird to me, but
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I try to, like, when people are trying to tell me something about their tattoo they want to cover up or something, I'll try to be as nice and, you know, professional as I can about, like, yeah, that's, you know, could use a little bit of fixing up or something like that.
Trying to put it gently.
Yeah, I don't try to just be like, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But-
Who did this work?
Candace says art is art, and I agree.
Yeah.
Completely. And I'm not artistic like in this way. I'm artistic in more like this way, or you know, just like a different way, but not like this way. You know what I'm saying? Not like that.
We had that conversation earlier, but we're moving on.
But art is art.
Oh my God.
Art is art, and I cannot agree with that any more than what I already agree with it, which is already the most agreement that I can agree.
So another question, Adam, is like, okay, so like I know that at some point in time,
there we go.
Wow. Okay, there we go.
That just went.
So I know at some point in time I want to get a tattoo, and I've got some thoughts about how like that I want, like what I want to have. So the thing for me is like I've got all these thoughts and everything. Do you prefer someone to walk in and like verbalize what they're thinking, or do you prefer to like come in and have pictures and say like, okay, I saw this, I kind of thought this was cool, like
Either way.
Either way.
Either way works. I just, you know, if you can just come and like articulate what you want and then show me like references of things that you like.
Because I know one of the things in especially in your world that you got to watch out for is like it's hard to send somebody. You really don't want to send somebody a sketch prior to them coming in because then they
It's
just
not feasible.
Because what they're going to do is they're going to go down to the next
Exactly.
place and be like, hey,
How
hey,
much?
tattoo this.
this
you
guy
know.
said he'll do it for $90.
Yeah, they'll go like,
With a rusty pen needle.
yeah, their cousin.
You get what you
and
pay
every
for.
single
Oh,
one
yeah.
and be like,
Yeah.
here's the
So-
picture for you already. Just do it.
So
and so like I get that and so you don't want to do that, but then at the same time like how do you have that conversation? Like if they show up and they articulated it and you kind of took it as, okay, this is what you mean, and they show up and see a drawing and they're like, it's really not like how does that function for you guys? Because I know like the way it worked for Renee when she's working with Hannah is that, you know, she went in, told her what she was thinking, kind of showed her a couple of pictures, and she showed up and absolutely loved what Hannah had put together, obviously, and was just so ecstatic. But like, what about the flip side of that? Like, how does that go when you show up and you're there to get tattooed?
Yeah.
You're there to tattoo.
Yeah, that does happen. If it's minor changes, I mean, I don't mind doing it right then.
Yeah.
If it's like they hate the whole entire thing and they want
Complete
something totally
redraft.
different, then we'll probably have to like reschedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause-
That takes time.
So
Yeah.
so do you have like do you have a limit to your revisions? Because like
Oh, my Lord.
I'll tell you right now, like when you're in the music industry, right? So like if I've mastered a song or whatever, I'm not going back and changing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I've done it, I'm not because you get that and then somebody like, oh, let's add a tambourine. Nah, bro. No, like, it's done. It's
Yeah.
done. Like you should have said that in this you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so I mean like is there because I will tell you right now, and I know that people are picky, and you should be because it's on your body forever, right? But like, is there like a stopping point to where you're like, all right, look, I've already done this. I've changed this like 8 times. Like, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there was one time I was with somebody and I was working on it for like 2 or 3 hours just changing it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is crazy. Like, I can't sit here forever just
Right.
changing it before
You're losing money at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
well,
then I
yeah,
still
that's-
got
Time
like,
is money, and
Yeah.
art is art.
and I still got like 3 hours of a tattoo to do once I start.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're already wasted like 2 hours just redrawing this. But
Yeah.
most people, that's very rare. Most people are very easygoing. And they're just like, yeah, I like that. Looks really good.
Laughing at.
Nicole said, in other
Oh,
words,
that's
what,
funny.
what happens when your tattoo clients PKs you? That's
right
a term that we have where PK will come in and like change the set list at the last minute. Jay Fleming said,
Nice.
has ink
I
gotten...
thought that was known as Sunday.
Yeah, it is. Jay Fleming said, has ink gotten better in the past few years?
Not the quality of it.
The quality of ink.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, it's not like FDA approved or nothing, but it's gotten a lot better.
Okay, I gotta ask you this.
Oh, no.
Because this is a real thing, apparently. So I had someone ask me about vegan ink. That's a thing?
They put it on there that it's vegan because I guess it's important to people. But
Yeah.
I don't know what would make
So the ink doesn't.
It's not made out of squid.
Yeah, it's like we're not
squ-
pumping ground beef
yeah.
into you, but
Yeah.
like I don't.
Well, I mean, like if you're gonna
your
get
thermos.
ink,
My
Yeah.
tats are.
you're gonna get ink, it needs to have some.
Oh
ground
my
beef.
God!
Just
If
a little
tattoos
bit.
could be scratch and sniff.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Right. Literally, if I had like a steak tattoo and you could like, bruh, and then it smelled like cooked every time you get a
that's
tan.
What, yeah. Oh, that's
That would be
awesome.
awesome. That would
rare.
be sick.
I just,
Rare, medium.
I just smell
Yes.
like a Korean barbecue all the time. Getting burnt.
Dude, that's amazing.
That is.
Speaking of ink, so what are your political views? Like,
Specifically, like, who are you voting for? Who are you voting for?
do you hate Biden as much as we do?
Thoughts on the blackout tattoos? Chrissy Harris Linder says thoughts on blackout
Blackout
tattoos.
tattoos. That's a trendy thing.
Yeah, I've done half sleeve of one before.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go back and do white ink over top of it
Yeah.
to do like a design in it, and then something big, long.
It's almost like a
stories.
negative
Yeah,
tattoo.
I'd love
something
to hear the
happened, and
story
I
of
never,
that.
I never saw him. Like, he stopped coming for other reasons,
Yeah.
but I never got to do the white ink over top of it. But I did do the whole black
The blackout.
on like half a
So
half a
how
sleeve.
does the white ink hold over time?
No.
Or is
Not
it
really,
is
no.
it guaranteed to fade?
Yeah, it turns
light.
yellowish
Oh, okay.
a lot of times. Like, I have white ink like in this tattoo, and if you see it, it's like a yellow kind of color just from the sun.
Gotcha.
Like, just like sun does to all white kind of things.
But I would love to hear. I would love to hear the explanation on that.
Oh my God.
I would like to get just this part of my arm blacked out because I feel like that symbolizes like part of my life. That's like
Yeah.
I mean, like, how seriously
His was just, he had a bunch of, he was in the Navy and he had a bunch of old tattoos that
Yeah.
he got at different ports.
bunch of swastikas.
Yeah. And they were like really thick outlines.
Yeah.
And they were all
It's
close
impossible
together.
to.
Oh,
And
cover.
he's like, I was like, man, it's going to be like a really hard trying to cover this up.
it's like, what do you want to do? Let's
And
just we can just like color it black.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, well, let's just do it black.
There you
And I'm
go.
like, all right, that
That
makes
is
my
awesome.
job easier.
That is awesome.
Just black it
That's
out.
awesome. So, good idea, bad idea. Good idea, bad idea. Let's do some. I do pre-cook my tats. You know this is true. And
Pre-cooks his
Jay Fleming,
tats.
I would also be hungry all the time. We're gonna do this. You can get in the chat too and chime in on this. Good idea, bad idea. Is it a good idea to get your significant other's name tattooed on your body?
I'd say
Your wife is watching. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Not yours.
she
yes.
tattooed
Oh, yeah.
me right here. But no.
So it's not a bad idea, or it is a bad
No,
idea.
I was talking about this to somebody else the other day. Like, a lot of times people get names on them to prove how much they love them
Yeah.
because they're going through a bad time
Yeah.
in their relationship.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's synonymous with bad luck.
Yeah.
That if you get their name, you're going to break up.
Yeah.
Because you normally get their name because you're already about to break
Right.
up.
And
you're
it's like, if I do
look
this,
how much
then
I
maybe
love
you
you.
won't. Yeah.
Like, I've got
Yeah.
your name on me.
Got your initials over my eyebrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like,
I love it.
Like
Jay
manipulating them
Fleming-
to stay.
Jay Fleming says, "Don't do it." No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
100%. I've got my kid's name tattooed on me.
yeah, me too.
But I don't.
I don't know if you
You've got
saw
my
that
kid's
one.
name tattooed on you, right?
Goodness.
You got Azrael on the side of your
Oh,
head. Which
Bodhi.
is, Oh, that's Bodie, isn't
Yeah.
it?
What gave it away? The B?
Well, to be fair, I can't see. So
Yeah, Azrael's
you
on
know
my hand.
that's what it is. Yeah, I knew there was an Azrael somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Everly's
yeah.
on my chest.
Everly, that's awesome. So you got Tucker, Presley, Everly, Azrael, and Bodie, right?
Yeah.
Not or Bodie's,
Yeah.
Bodie's before
Bodie, I
Azrael.
was gonna say you swapped.
I swapped
too.
them.
Close though.
Bodie's sick though. I freaking love Bodie.
Yeah,
to
he's
death.
fun. He's fun.
Dude, he's so fresh.
He's
Every
got
time I
such
see
a
him.
cool name too.
He
Like
does.
I was like, I'm really proud of how I named you.
Yeah.
I wish my name was that.
Yeah.
So it's Bodie.
I was
Henry.
mad.
Switch
I was mad at my parents. No regrets. Yes.
Yeah.
No regrets.
My,
Candace
one
said
of
I
my
got my-
favorite things when you were like complaining about your name, you're like, Bob's such an old person name.
I was mad. dude.
Well, like his is Bodie Hendricks.
Dude, that's sick as
So
crap.
like that's
though.
really cool.
Yeah.
And then like you're like Eugene or something, right?
It's a Harold. Harold Robert Cooper III. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much Eugene.
Very close.
I was,
Sounds like a day
I
trader.
was so mad. I was like, Dad, do you hate your name? And he was like, yeah. Or no, I was like, do you love your name? And he's like, no, I hate it. I was like, then why would you do this to me? Why?
Yeah.
You realize I've had first days of school. I dreaded first days of school, and I dreaded any time that that somebody wasn't my teacher was in there, like a substitute was in there, because I knew they were going to say Harold on the roll. And
Yeah.
I'm like, don't say.
It's like you were born already with gambling debt.
Right, exactly. I was born with gambling debt. My dad has his wife's name with all the kids in a dream catcher. That's pretty cool,
See, that is-
Kayla.
that
That's
is
pretty
cool.
cool.
It is.
Go through a pre-midlife crisis and start going by Robbie. I might do that. I might do that. Robbie.
You know
Robbie.
the skit where AA Ron
AA
and
Ron,
all
yeah.
that. So the Harold Coerber.
Co-worker, that dude. Korber, I get Korber. I got
Balaki.
Keebler. Like, there's not an L in my name at all.
Or an elf.
When we moved here, there was like no Hispanic people in Tennessee at all.
Oh no, I can
the
assure
first
you
one.
that they were in Dayton.
Are you saying?
No, they were in Dayton.
Are you saying
trust
that
me.
you were immigrating? You were immigrants.
We were like Christopher Columbus.
That's amazing. No, you're like Carlos Columbus.
They just go to Walmart.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So anyway, I would play t-ball, and they'd announce your name when you came out.
Yeah.
You know, up the bat, and it was everything but Paramo. Like Paramo was the most popular.
Paramo.
But then they'd come out and say like Pachinko,
Isaiah Pacheco.
and I'm like, there's
my gosh.
none of those letters in there. Like,
Chico. There's not a
Yeah.
K. Is that an X? Like why is it a silent X?
Palermo.
Polaris.
Yeah, I'm just like whatever, man. Whatever you want to
That
call
is
me.
amazing. Yeah, that is amazing. I've gotten
It's a
that's,
Paloma.
that's the story of my life. Like people get my name wrong. Ever since I was a kid, it's literally the story of my life.
For me, it's the spelling of my first name.
I keep forgetting that your name is Zach, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because,
How's it spelled?
Right.
Zakary,
yeah.
which is pretty unheard of.
But it's-
apparently.
it
So
should
is
be-
it
it
actually
should be
K, or
Z-A-K.
did the H just look like a K and they ran
Ran
with
with
it?
Take my
it.
certificate. I don't know.
Just ran with it.
You
Well, I was
should,
named after Zach Wild, and he spelled his Z-A-K.
yeah, you should be Zakree. Zachary.
Zachary.
I had,
Zachary.
I had a teacher. I was in 5th grade, and she told me
She wasn't in 5th grade. You were in 5th grade.
she wasn't.
Yeah, okay.
She was my 5th grade teacher.
It's an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah. But she wanted to tell me that I was pronouncing my own last name wrong. So I'm like, no, listen, bro. I'm like, dude, it's Frontiera. Like, that's what she's like. I'm pretty sure it's Frontiera. Like, you should go home, ask your dad how to pronounce it. I'm like,
Oh my God,
I don't have to
fifth
ask.
grade too. It's not like kindergarten where you're like,
Yeah,
oh
boy,
yeah,
I've been doing
crap,
I've been
my
getting it
bad,
wrong this whole
She's
time.
like I before E except after C. This is how it works.
Oh my gosh.
no, I'm pretty sure I got it right.
That is amazing.
That is-
That is awesome.
Well, people get my last name wrong all the time.
Your last name is Human.
What?
Human.
Human.
Oh,
Dude,
it's Human.
I get called humane,
Okay.
human, human. I'm like, I am not Chinese.
Yeah. Dude, you gotta tell the news article with your sister. That was amazing.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I moved to Cincinnati, and my best friend while I lived in Cincinnati, his name's Derek.
Cincinnati's
And so-
in Ohio.
Yes, it is. And good job, Bob.
Thanks.
Gold star.
Just call him
I've
Bob.
been practicing
Yes,
Bob.
cities and states and stuff.
Yes,
ahead.
I'm impressed.
It's in Ohio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watch his kids go.
The reason why alligators so mean.
So anyway, so my best friend in Ohio, his name's Derek, and he starts coming home with me on weekends here and there because I don't want to, just didn't want to make the ride by myself or whatever. So I'd come home and he'd come home with me. Well, him and my sister got to know each other and then kind of hit it off. And so the greatest thing ever, of course, is that my sister's last name is Human, and my former brother-in-law's last name is Beavers. And her best friend in high school sent the wedding announcement into the Jay Leno show, and it made the show because it said "human to wed beavers."
I love it.
So so human
Dude,
to wed beavers.
I had a vendetta against Jimmy Kimmel for a long time.
Oh, wasn't that some crap?
I was so mad at him, and it wasn't his fault, but it was Tan's fault.
Yeah.
His producer, but we had shot a video.
I remember this.
And went through, like, we got accepted to be on the Jimmy Kimmel show, like to have it featured on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and it was during the Super, it wasn't Super Bowl, it was the national championship.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, do the I Hug My TV challenge, right? And so it was basically like at a pivotal point in the game, you get up and hug the TV, and and block everybody's view, and they're like, hey, get off of this, right? Except for the fact that it was Alabama versus Notre Dame, and Alabama won like 63-3.
Yeah.
So
They blew him out.
They blew him out. It was like ridiculous.
bad.
So literally, we decided, well, let's do a play on this. And so Bubba gets up. I'm filming. Bubba gets up, and he's like hugging the TV, and he's like, and he's like, what? And he looks back, and like, he's like, what? You guys aren't mad? And they're like, no, it's like, this is a blowout. It's 53-3. He's like, I'm going home. And like, everybody like gets up and walks out. And it was great. And like, we went through all the preliminary stages. We had to like fax all this stuff in, like did the contracts and everything, did everything. They're like, all right, it's going to be featured tonight on Jimmy Kimmel. And we're like, all right, sweet. So we told everybody, made it public. And we're like, everybody watch Jimmy Kimmel.
Did you?
Dude, we all like gathered
wasn't
in the
on there.
house. Like,
Yeah, we had a
Brandon's
watch
parents
party.
come up, and we're all like looking.
Wow.
Yes.
And we're like,
So
and then it showed us.
I remember watching.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't at your house or anything, but I was at my house watching. And
I've had a very public feud with Jimmy Kimmel, Dolly Parton, Katy Perry. you know this.
Dolly Parton.
every week, every episode, we learn about one of Bobby's new
ones.
Celebrity
Yes.
Hot
nemesis.
feuds.
Yes.
Celebrity feuding.
Straight up. So yeah, that was the thing.
Katy Perry wrote fireworks about Bobby.
She did. Listen, I don't want to bring you on.
And that's why Bubba plays it for all.
He does.
All the
He does. But I have to come clean about something, Adam. I got to tell you, and I have to do it in a very public manner where we're on podcast. But I gotta be straight with you, okay? You had a scammer, didn't you? You had a scammer that was pretending to be at your shop and using your shop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody was scamming and using Pinnacle shop and taking not donations, but deposits.
Yeah. Taking
Okay,
deposits.
deposits, right? And then you posted a thing saying, hey, make sure, that you don't fall for this, right? I had to follow up with them. So,
Of course.
so I reached out to the scammer for you, okay? And I had a conversation with this scammer, okay? So I found out a lot of information, and I'm about to like open your guys' world to what happened, okay?
It's a lot.
But I had to do this, and so I'm really excited to share this with you. I'm excited to share it with you guys for the first time. He's hearing this for the first time. So, is it Iona Martin, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, come to find out, this poor girl was also a victim of identity theft, okay? Because I found out who the real person is, and I've got a lot of information for you. So I ended up I reached out to this person, right? And I was like, hey, Iona, I want to get some peace. So I'm just going to go ahead and just read you.
You're gonna love this.
You are going to love this. Actually, here's what I'm going to have to do. Talk for a minute. Let me
Yeah.
get my phone plugged up, okay? And then I've got you, okay? Because my phone just died. So talk for your phone. I know. Just talk for a minute.
Stall. Knock,
And
knock jokes.
stall.
Hurry.
Knock knocks. Do some
Somebody
knock
go.
Have somebody bring it to you. We have people.
It's on my phone.
No, have somebody
right
bring
there,
you a
Mike. Kramer.
cord.
Kramer.
Like, we spend our time talking because Bob's
do,
like, oh,
yeah.
wait, I don't have a phone cord plugged
I
up
don't.
right there.
Amazing.
I don't think it's going
is
to reach
just-
Kramer.
Yeah,
Dude,
unplug it. Go ahead and unplug
Unplug
it.
it?
Yeah, give it to me over here. I'm about
Wow.
to. This is
Oh,
this
my
is amazing
Lord.
though. I promise it's worth it. I promise.
Hang in there.
Human is
It
the
is.
surname that a family of aliens would choose to blend in. Yeah, coneheads.
Yes, I am
Coneheads.
Charles Human.
Yes. What's interesting about that is growing up, like I heard that, like all the time. Oh, like you're not human, you're alien, and I'm like, after the second grade, it's like you're obviously not intelligent.
Yeah,
Because that is the
whenever I
best.
saw you on Facebook and like you like friended me or whatever, I was
Yeah.
like, this is a scammer.
Like, man,
Nobody's last name.
My name is Kevin American.
This can't be real. I'm gonna create a new profile and like friending next week is gonna be like Alex
my God.
Mexican.
Yeah, I was like, that's crazy. I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
It's like-
I get that.
I am
Medium
Kevin,
Todd.
totally human.
Yeah,
Totally.
That's amazing.
Well, totally with an eye.
yes.
With an eye. With an eye.
Human is actually a German name.
Which is weird because
Yes, because
they've done
in
some
German,
pretty inhumane things.
Yes,
Wow.
So,
but we weren't.
and I can say
we
that
weren't
because my last name.
people,
My last name is Kerber. The Smiths
We
Belgian
weren't-
vodka. I promise this is good. I promise. We're waiting for. I can't even believe that my phone died. Yeah, I can. But
Yeah.
I can. But I promise it's great. So
Yeah,
but yeah,
we,
keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, no, we were. No, I'm gonna shoot him. Right, like it's
Who?
premeditated. You.
What's premeditated? You can't.
Like, you
y'all break
can
for
play-
commercial. Let's go to commercial. Can we just? Can we
You
just go
know,
to-
if we only had a really cool DJ
I know, like a
to give
DJ
us a
dude.
music
Waka
break,
Waka
like
Flame, bro.
yeah,
Waka
right?
Waka play.
Come on, where's it at?
So I've heard his last name pronounced two different ways, by the way.
Waka or Becca?
Veka.
Veka.
It was the one that I heard
Veka.
recently.
Vape? What?
Veka.
No.
So
All right, so
if
which
you
one
if
is
you
it?
can do if he can like type it in the way
Phonetically,
it sounds, yeah,
phonetically,
that'd be
like
great.
type it in
With a
with
P.
like
With a PH.
yes,
Do the parentheses.
yes. I need the little symbol over the A, like the little two dots.
Yeah. That way you know if it's an A or an A sound.
Right. See,
Yeah,
it's
I don't know
my
the
German
difference.
heritage.
He said tomato. It's vodka.
Wow.
It's Veka vodka. It's like Veka.
Both.
Veka Vaka.
Both with an L.
It's
Both. Both.
Are you putting an L in there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Both. Some people do that. Straight
I've
up.
heard that.
Yeah.
How do you say cool whip?
Cool whip.
Is it?
Whip.
Whip.
Whiskey.
With an H.
Whiskey.
I wish I could do those voices.
Right.
Would have some fun.
Va-
love
look,
that movie.
Vodka.
Hey, where's
Vodka.
Kels at?
Vodka
He
like
said
that.
Austin said vacay.
Hey, tell Kels to bring my laptop down here. I know it's on my laptop. We'll do that.
Is your phone not working?
It's like really
It's
dead.
so
like
dead
super-
that like,
it's like
it takes
so
30
dead.
minutes to turn on.
Hey,
hate
did
when it does that.
I sent them to you, didn't I?
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say.
Check and see if it's there.
But our message history is probably going to take me about an hour.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a
Oh
lot
my
of
gosh.
there's a lot
It's
of
bad. Let's see. That's no.
We need jazz music.
we do need jazz music.
Mm-hmm,
This is so unfortunate. I was like so excited about this part. Like
And then
See,
it just
Speed
We
bump.
hyped them all up and then
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you know.
and then you
Yeah.
just
like at
remove the
50 miles an
break.
hour speed bump.
yeah, straight up.
Oh, there's the screenshots of when I had that scammer
There's my
contact
laptop.
me. There's your laptop. There you go.
Nice.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for our
sir.
trusty assistant.
Oh, it's about to go down.
Is it dead too?
And it's dead.
This laptop's dead.
Oh my
so-
And we're dead.
Oh, I just dropped my thing. Man, I'm all over the place today.
Dude, get
But it's
yourself
okay.
together.
It's like he's been up all night or something.
worth it though,
Almost
dude.
is.
So worth it.
So worth it. Promise.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm glad you got your laptop because I'm
Dude, there's so many like random stuff that we send each other.
I've
That,
seen a bunch of TikTok
I'm sure you
threads.
can
and
read
stuff.
any of those and we can make a story out of it.
Oh, it's
dude, like we send each other so many TikToks that it's like, if we don't,
That's why they're banning it.
yeah, probably just our use alone.
Yeah, you plugged it up.
Our my FYP on TikTok changed dramatically when Bobby
My mom's on here now.
got on TikTok, and I love everything about it. It was
Oh
the
my God.
greatest thing ever.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, so here we go. So I reached out, and we'll put these screenshots up for you guys to read too.
I still don't know
So
if this is
glad-
a joke.
No,
made
this
up
is
that you
no,
made
no.
up.
This is not a joke.
Like,
This
I'm
is
sitting here
not
like,
a joke.
I
This is
think
not.
this is just gonna have a punchline or
No,
something.
No, this is not.
No,
an
it's got a
April Fool's joke.
punchline, but I promise
Yes.
it's not a joke. Okay, so I reached out, right?
Got it.
And I said, "Hey, Ayana, I'm looking to book an appointment with you. Do you have any availability? I'm in town for a couple weeks and would like to get some ink. You feel me?" You feel me? So
about all
Ayana said, "Would you like to book appointment now? What city you're in?" I said, "Nyota near Sweetwater." So I'm kind of baiting, you know what I'm saying? Cool. What body part would you like to get done? Do you have a picture of what you want? And I said, yes. Give me just a second. I'll send you some stuff over. I'm thinking about a chess piece. I have a couple things in mind I'd like to run by you.
Oh my God.
Tell me about the sole deposit. I said, so this is where it gets good. I said, I have a couple options that I'm kicking around. The first one is the McDonald's arches in a trash polka style on my chest. I'm not sure if we can actually do this because it's a trademarked logo, but I want to see, I want this for a couple reasons. I need to give him a reason why, right?
Yeah, of course.
I met my wife at McDonald's, so it's really sentimental to me. She was working there, and I fell in love at first sight. Also, the two arches meet in the middle, which represents the covenant that we took. So the chest being where our hearts are housed, which also, of course, means a lot to me. So the placement is very important. Okay, so
This is option one.
so this is option one. Okay, this is where it gets great.
I don't know why to give another option.
I know. It was good. So I said option two is a portrait of my second child on my chest. Again, placement is vital. Oh my God. My second child couldn't breastfeed because of a vitamin deficiency, and my wife really wanted to, but it just wasn't possible. My baby would just wouldn't latch, so we had to resort to formula. I want to get a portrait of my baby. But where the mouth is, it needs to be over my nipple. I want to honor my wife and her desires to breastfeed, while at the same time giving my baby spiritual nourishment. I know a lot of people don't do portraits, but this will be really sweet to get, and I think it would mean a lot to my wife, which she would love it. There's another option.
There's
We're
an
trying so
option
hard to hold
three.
that together.
Yes, this is true. I said, option three, I want a plastic bag. Much like the one of the picture below with fireworks coming out from behind it. I want the bag in traditional black and white, and the fireworks to be in full color neo trad for several reasons. I'm a huge Katy Perry fan. Her song Fireworks got me through some really tough times, including the whole breastfeeding thing with my wife. Traditional black and white because I'm a traditional guy. I need the bag to be transparent to symbolize how most people often see right through me. It hurts, but tattoos hurt. Life hurts sometimes. The fireworks symbolize key moments in my life that make me who I am. So placement doesn't really matter. Are you in Sweetwater? Do you have any availability today? I'd be willing to send the full amount over to you if I can just get booked up today or tomorrow. I'm sure you're pretty booked up, but I'll make it worth your while. Just let me know. Thanks. And then I sent a picture. Can you pull that picture up for me? Chad, pull that picture up. This is the picture that I sent as a reference.
It's not good.
Working on that.
Nothing's happening.
Working on it. She's working on it.
Okay.
She's got it.
He's working on it.
Probably. You go ahead and get that pulled up, and I'm going to get this next thing up for us.
Bob is just describing tattoos he already has.
I am describing that already. Chad, do we have that picture? There it is. Awesome. So that's what I said as a reference. I was like, I need the plastic bag to look like that. If we could just make it look like it'd be amazing. So then they sent some like pretty terrible portraits that they've done, right? And I said, awesome. So I said, what option are you thinking about? Do you feel more comfortable doing the baby portrait with the mouth being where my nipple is? They said, yes. And I said, amazing. I said, okay, sweet. I really need it to look like the nipple is coming out of the baby's mouth. And then so he asked if I had PayPal or Venmo. I said, yes, I got both. So they sent me their PayPal and their Venmo, in which I kept giving them a fake username, right?
What was it
It was cutie with the booty 33 at hotmail.com. And then later on, I gave them Cutie with a big fat tatted booty 33 XOXOXO at hotmail.com. So it just got worse and worse every time I gave it.
There's some stripper in Vegas that's
so-
like, why
yeah.
am I getting tattoos?
So I kept saying,
elaborate,
yeah, I know it was pretty elaborate, but I kept saying, look, like I'm trying to do this, right? So they keep giving me different accounts. So I have at least 3 or 4 different Snapchat accounts. I've got their Venmo accounts. I've got PayPal accounts. I found out that the guy's actual name is Jonah Matty Rose. He lives in Kentucky. He is a young man. I've got his TikTok, I've got his Instagram, and I will give that to you, and we will make that public for you guys so that you can go ahead and be sure to check him out and try to get you some tattoos going on. Cutie with the booty 33. And then I did say we didn't even discuss how much this was for. $90 for the whole thing,
Wow.
which is pretty amazing, right?
That's a steal.
So I said, yes, please. I said, can I pay you extra if you spend a little more time on the shading of my baby's upper lip? Because my baby has an unusually hairy lip, and I would love for just to capture the full essence. And they're like, no problem at all. Listen,
No problem.
they have
want my
no
baby to have a
problem
pencil
with any of
stash.
these requests at all.
you.
At all. So, so then I said, do you think if we have time, can we do the plastic bag one too? Separately, I don't want the baby in a plastic bag with fireworks. That would be terrible. So yeah, I was like,
only bad idea in this whole
So then he gives me
Clear.
his other Venmo, which is MattJohn07. Again, I've like reverse like search all these things. I found out all this information for you. I'm giving it to you. Now the new price is $150 with the plastic bag as well.
Of course, yeah.
So I gave the cutie with
Baby
a big fat,
Gomez
cutie with
Adams.
a big fat tatted booty 33 XO big X big O little X little O for my PayPal. And yeah, so and then I kept trying to send it to him. I gave him even more of the X's O's and stuff. And
It just kept getting
yeah,
longer.
it kept getting way longer. So that was actually a real thing. And so we reached out. We're going to give that to you guys. We're going to make it public for you guys. Super excited about it. I've been sitting on this for a minute. I've been wanting to tell you so bad.
So excited.
I've been wanting to tell you so bad.
That's hilarious. How'd you found all that?
Yeah, here's one of his. There's this other one, and that's more of his. Look at this. This is what's sad. Joshua Hope paid Jonah Mattingly. Megan Hunt paid all these for tattoo deposits, eyelashes and eyebrows. Yep. So there's his Instagram. So we're gonna make sure you guys get all that out. This Jonah Michael Mattingly. He is in Kentucky. We're going to get his personal information to send out to you guys so you can go and have a conversation with him as well. But
That's funny.
I just wanted to let you know
That's great.
you don't want you know how I am with scammers anyway.
Yeah.
And then when I heard that someone scammed my homeboy, I was like, I gotta
Game
roll up.
on.
I gotta roll up. I'm coming out.
It just worried me, made me mad because some people would fall for that.
Yeah.
And then like they send them $100 or whatever, and then they come to our shop
Right.
and
Yeah,
they're like,
show
hey,
up.
And they're like, hey, I was supposed to get a swastika tattoo.
and then like it's not, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I can't do nothing for them except say sorry you did that.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
it could still make us look bad in a certain type of way.
Right.
Bad news spreads.
Right.
10
Yeah.
times faster.
And you're a business owner,
Yeah.
and I like, dude, like that's the only thing you have to live on is like your word and like
Yeah.
word of mouth and stuff like that. I mean, like that can be detrimental.
Yeah,
to-
no, I've tried to do everything at best
Yeah.
I can to make me have a good word of mouth around
Yeah.
everywhere, you know? Because
Yeah,
you don't want somebody talking to
Yeah,
you
like he's
bad.
open during the day.
yeah, straight up. Yeah, it's very nice. It smells great in there. It's a beautiful
Hey,
place.
speaking of his tattoo shop,
Yeah,
you're supposed to get a tattoo.
you are absolutely correct. We're actually
Obviously not here.
we're going to end on that. So we were going to do that here, and then we're like, okay, we're going to do the whole April Fool's thing because we started thinking about it, and we're like, okay, we're in a video studio right now. It's not the most sanitary place to try to give a tattoo, and so
It's
he-
more
he is-
sanitary than the place Bob got
It
his
is
first
true.
6
Yeah.
tattoos.
It is true.
I could have made it pretty sanitary,
Yeah.
but I just
So-
Yeah,
think
well,
it'd be better.
but we wanted Bob to be here.
Yeah, but what we are going to do, is we're going to put out 3 pictures for you guys to vote on. I think we need to come up with
If
the
it's
other
not
one
a plastic
right now.
bag, a baby.
One's gonna be a baby with like my nipple coming out of its mouth. The other's gonna be
sample.
McDonald's arches.
Yeah, it's not those 3 tattoos. That's
No,
gonna
not
be.
those. Not those.
It's going to be a baby in a bag,
Yeah.
but it's a
It's a
McDonald's
McDonald's
bag.
So, oh
my
my gosh. Okay, so that could work, but no. So
Not being suffocated
this is
like
going
coming
on
out of
Yeah.
a plastic bag.
yeah, I mean
Like
that
a
doesn't-
garbage
Yeah,
pail
but
kid.
it doesn't make it any better.
Remember Garbage Pail Kids?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Also,
that
that's
style.
extremely detailed. It's going to be a huge piece. So we're talking about a small piece here. No, but we already have something set up with you and I'm actually coming in this next month, and we're getting some more work done, right? Some fillers. So we're going to let you guys vote on what it is that's going to go on me. So I thought for one concept, a burnt piece of toast, just like smoking. You know what I'm saying? Like a smoking gun, but like smoking toast. You know what I'm saying?
You have to go back to the earlier
Episode 1.
Oh, that's
Right?
right.
Episode
I
1.
forgot about that.
So I thought about that. Then
There's a salt toast.
I also thought about the Blanket Fort Chronicles flag. So the underwear flag. So like
Yes.
the
Yeah.
boxer briefs. But I don't know. I'm having trouble thinking of something else. So if you guys have any ideas,
Suggestions.
any
Austin
suggestions,
has got it.
I know he does.
Your wife's name could be the other one.
my wife's name.
would
It
be
says my
amazing.
wife's name.
My wife's name.
Yeah,
It
Wife.
says wife.
Yeah, it's wife. That's awesome. So
It needs to say wife and
Yes.
then put something there, but put like a thick line where you can see letters, but you can't see what it was.
Yeah.
And just keep going down.
yes,
Like a notebook
There's like-
paper.
yes.
So you go down across that.
Yes.
Nice
So
psych
that's-
next to it.
That is absolutely coming up. We are
Yes.
going to do that. Promise. Shay promises.
Team
Team
Kels.
Kels.
Oh no.
Bubba
Or
needs
it
a
should
gold
be
bond
Dolly
tag.
Parton.
Bubba does need a gold bond
Very
tag.
Oh my God, Bubba needs
Bro,
a gold
you
bond
need-
tag.
dude, if you got like an endorsement with Gold Bond,
Dude, let's make it happen.
so our next episode is going to be
Yes.
brought to you by Gold Bond, and we're gonna have to like make that happen. That's amazing.
The cocaine for crackheads.
Cocaine for crackheads.
Do you have some in your pocket right now?
I don't have any on me currently.
I
No,
don't
I'm
either.
fresh out.
It's like a
I'm
gnarly
fresh out.
headache.
Normally I keep it on me.
Do you use it? You
He's not
like
had a
it?
headache
You like it a
lately.
lot?
He's good.
Anyway, well, so okay, but do you remember the time that I wrecked your truck?
Yes.
and I almost
Yes,
died?
I do.
Okay, so I
Yes.
kind of have a bad habit of that. I don't do drugs. Okay, I've never done drugs, but I've always had migraines, and for some reason I had a huge bag of acetaminophen, like it was like a Ziploc bag,
Like a gallon size Ziploc bag.
but I don't know why.
We're not talking about sandwich bag. We're talking about gallon
and
size.
and it's Tylenol. I mean, like it literally says it on it, acetaminophen. You know, like the 502 or whatever the numbers are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I get ejected from your truck.
You did not get ejected from
I
the
was
truck.
outside of the
You
vehicle.
dangled
I dangled
from the truck.
I would have been ejected if the seatbelt had not wrapped around my neck. Okay, and this is not even. This is not even a joke. I was on my way. I was so mad because I was on my way to church. I was like, "You just need to drop me off at church." And
I was kind of
You're in an
upset, too.
ambulance. You're going to the hospital, and yeah, he was pretty mad too. It was his truck. So I mean, but so the door would open when you didn't want it to open, and it wouldn't open when you wanted it to open. So it was,
So it's his
you know, it was an old farm truck, right? And to be fair, I'd already went through 3 other of his vehicles, and so so I was on the last one. And
Maybe you should have more reliable vehicles for him to borrow.
this is true.
There's a reason we don't have extra vehicles, a trampoline, a lawnmower,
A cow,
cow.
half a fence.
Yes.
I didn't do anything to the cow. The fence did something to the cow. I tried to help it, but anyway, so. So
Give it CPR.
I know I get in
Mouth
this
to
wreck.
mouth.
I would be shocked if that didn't happen.
I get in this wreck. I got sent home for pink eye. I had pink eye that day. Or they thought I had
you
pink
get
eye,
poop
but
in your eye?
it wasn't. That was Bubba. That was Bubba. But I didn't have pink eye. They thought I had pink eye, but I had an eye infection, right? So I got sent home from school that day early. So my left eye's kind of sluggish. I'm in the back of an ambulance. They're like, like shining stuff in my eyes, and they're like, "Are you doing drugs? Like, are you on drugs?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Have you been drinking?" I'm like, "Do you smell alcohol in my breath?" I'm like, "I'm 16 years old." Like, "No, I'm not drinking. I'm on my way to church. Just drop me off at church. I don't even want to be here."
Like, you're in 10 Mile.
Yeah,
Fair.
And then this guy gets in here, and he's like this, he's a state trooper, and he's just got this attitude, like my county, blah blah.
Put his hat
He
on.
gets up,
Authority.
and he gets up, and
He
I'm
talked
like
like
I'm
that,
strapped to a dang gurney. I can't move my neck. I got a neck brace on. He's over here, and he's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "What's what?" And he's like, "This," and I'm like, what, sir? I said, I can't move my neck. And he like stands up and he gets right up and he's like, this. And he's got a bag full of Tylenol. And I'm
Red
like,
and blue
yeah,
pills.
they're all white.
It's all white.
Yeah, they're all white. And I'm like, that's Tylenol. And he's like, no, it's not. And I said, yes, it is. I said, it's Tylenol. Look on it. It's acetaminophen. It literally says on the bag, acetaminophen, whatever the.
But was it written like in marker though?
Yeah, it was in.
That's totally
But
legit.
on,
Yeah,
on the
totally
actual
legit.
capsules,
like,
it
not
had
drugs.
The number, like the code, right? Definitely not drugs. I'm totally a human.
My name
It's
is
like you're a scammer and those are drugs.
my name is Kevin American.
Yeah, Kevin American. So
But it was
yeah.
on the. It was literally the pill.
Yeah,
you could
it-
see
like, you could see it.
Tylenol
It was
written
clear.
on the pill.
And so he's like, and I was like, I said, I was telling him, he's like, I'm gonna get the bottom of this. He's like, you dealing drugs in my county, boy? You dealing drugs? I'm like, I'm not dealing drugs in your county. It's Tylenol. It's Tylenol, bro. I get migraines, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's Tylenol. And so he's like, I'm gonna get to the bottom. Well, he got to the bottom of it, and then found out it was Tylenol, and then he was really nice after that. But yeah, so that happened. But
He's like, hello, how are you?
don't put drugs
doing well.
or Gold Bond in Ziploc bags and just carry it around with you because you never know when you're gonna get
Approached.
approached by officers.
Because if you haven't heard that full story, just the quick recap of the Gold Bond is Bubba thought it was a bag full of BC powder,
The goody powders.
goody powder,
We're talking like
like a
Yeah.
gallon,
Ziploc
Like a
Ziploc.
Like I
Remember-
took all of the goody powders and then dumped them into a big bag.
Yeah.
like
And
an
he's like,
entire
it makes
three
like
cases
he's got
from
migraines
Walmart.
24/7,
Yeah, but
dude.
like, bruh, like, because we were at a game, right? We're at the Tennessee football game.
Yeah, that I
and I'm
wasn't
like-
invited to.
But Diana Gross Flowers was. She was there.
You're gonna
We were
be-
hanging out, but like, yeah, and so like, I mean, you're big dudes, man. Like big dudes, you gotta have the powder, right? No. So he's like, yo, let me get some of that. I'm like, yeah, sure. So he's like, what's the dosage? I'm like, the dosage? What are you
a
talking
handful.
about? And I was like, just grab a handful. And he's like, seriously? I'm like, yeah, dude. And he's like, and he goes, and just, he goes.
cinnamon sandwich everywhere.
He goes, what did you do? I'm like, bro, I didn't do anything. You did it, man. Golly, come on. So yeah,
Opace mouth.
yeah. Austin said no spoilers. You got to go back and listen to that episode.
Yes.
Renee
yes.
said he was a jerk. He, she really did. She did have to go
Yes.
like suck on this guy because like he was
Yeah.
a jerk. Not
We
Bubba.
were gonna, no, Bubba. We were gonna have somebody tow the truck, and he's like, "No, I'm calling my guy." My wife's like, "It's my car."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah,
like,
and then I went to go pick up my stuff from the jail, and he's like, "Hey, buddy, you okay, buddy? You okay?" I'm like, "Don't call me buddy. Don't call me."
Where's my Tylenol?
Where's my Tylenol? So, but guys, thanks
He's like, "It's in the locker next to some Gold Bond."
yes, that's what's up. That's what's up, guys. Thank you so
Oh,
much for
yeah.
joining us tonight. This has been awesome, man. I'm glad you showed up. I'm glad you came and did this.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of insight on the world that a lot of people don't know about. A lot of people are scared about it. You know,
Bobby,
they're
he's
scared.
just Mexican.
I mean, a lot of people don't know about that either. But okay, yeah. I was gonna say a story, but we'll save it for the Chris episode because it's
okay.
pretty amazing.
Yes.
But yeah, so go ahead and real quick one more time, Adam. You got your place, which is called
Pinnacle Tattoo Studio in Sweetwater.
him, Henner Joe, Ty, bye Felicia.
Yeah.
Right.
Felicia,
All
Fee.
them. Y'all hit him up. We're gonna put
Yes.
his stuff in the link in the description. Shay said he does look so brown today. She's allowed to say that, guys,
That's his
because
wife.
she's married to him.
Yes. Yeah.
She's allowed to say
Look
that.
at look at this tan line.
Bro, check
Wow.
that out.
See that? Look.
That's what's up.
Yeah, look at that.
That is, dude. That is
Quit
sick.
flexing, bro.
Oh, sorry.
He's like he's beasting, bro. Dude, I saw that video of you, freaking carrying a refrigerator.
No, it was
Right,
a
what-
dryer.
A dryer.
No, it was a dryer.
No, it was a dryer, bro. Dude, he's like,
Built
he just literally like
1977.
walking his front yard carrying a dryer like this. I'm like, bro, goodness gracious, man. I threw my back out carrying a little TV.
I don't know
God.
why I have back problems.
Yes. Okay. Hey, so Kayla
Oh,
said.
there you go.
Kayla said she wants to tattoo. She's
They're
afraid.
they're coming down in May.
They are.
Hey, you and your husband need to call me. We need to get details here.
Yeah, but wait till we're on the podcast and then call him.
Yeah,
Like, don't-
yeah, like
They're
like
calling
your
right
mom.
now. Yeah, like my mom right now. So mom, don't call me, Kayla, but definitely call him for sure. But guys, thank you so much again
Yes.
for showing up, for doing this. Shout out to Pinnacle. Shout out to Adam. Thank you for coming and doing this, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, it was great.
Yeah, it was fun.
Dude, it was awesome.
Had a
So
good time.
absolutely, guys, kick it out. We're just gonna dance it out. We're gonna dance it out.
Are
real
we?
Hard. Not really, but we're gonna
It's
get that. I'm waiting on that music. Waiting on that music play. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna pretend like we're talking and laughing as we.